Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna and I am so glad you are here. Today is Sketch Sunday. So me and along with the crew are all going to use this sketch by Bren Shiva for Sketches in Time. I do have a photograph of a sunset which I took when we were in Florida in February. And I decided to go into my stash. Well, I had a couple ideas, but one of them was to go into my stash and just grab out orange and yellows and then make them into these kind of triangles. And they're not going to be complete triangles, they don't have the tip, but to make them into that shape. I actually have a hot off the press template that I was going to use, but it would involve like a pencil and cutting things out. And so I decided to try this way and it works out. I'm quite impressed with myself. Now I cut a couple of these wrong. I'm not paying attention and I go the wrong direction. Instead of getting a triangle, it's more of like a straight piece of paper right there. That's an example. Throw that to the side and try again. And I'm pretty usually I like really plan things out and I'm pretty, I don't know if you'd say meticulous, but attention to detail. Normally I wouldn't just pick something up and just try to make these triangles freehand all by myself. Um I'm glad I did. It wasn't hard and they all fit into the shape of the sketch. You will see that I work really hard to get them to work, um, to make them all fit in like I want to. But somehow in the end, it all falls into place. That is one thing my husband said that he wanted to be on the beach every evening to see every sunset while we were there. And I don't think we made every time, but we made it darn close. Some of those first nights were quite cold, but we were bundled up and we still got out there and saw the sunset. When I was looking through my papers, I also tried, I thought about using ones with like a starburst or sunburst on it, but then, nothing really um, matched up to the how this um, sunburst is going just what, it's not even half the page. I did also look in Cricut and trying to figure out if I wanted to do that. I did not. And there's another thing I was thinking of. I had done, and it was a sketch I did. Um, It was like a sunburst, if you know what I mean by that. And I was going to try to make that work. The only problem with that, I had used a picture on the very same day. Like it would have been on the opposite page of this one. I thought it would look kind of weird to have the same cut file like going on both pages. So I did this and I am super happy with it. I will, in a moment, I'll mat this photo and I mat it pretty thick. I think I give it like an inch around mat, and that's because I can't get these rays to kind of like match up or really work like I want to. And then so once it has that thicker border, you gives you more kind of real estate to work with, and tuck things behind. So that it worked out really well. Down below, I will have everyone listed that's playing along with Sketch Sunday. So check them out. And I have not only my YouTube friends, but also my Instagram friends too. So make sure to get over to Instagram and check them out as well. In case you are new here, you may not know, but otherwise, I really like monochromatic layouts, and the yellows and the oranges really work well with that monochromatic. And so I do go into one of my color boxes, and I think I'm just getting out yellow embellishments for this layout. And here I am. I guess I am satisfied with the way it looks. And so I will go ahead and glue those down. But just adding that extra like inch around the whole picture, it made it easier to line up these uh, sun rays, as I would call them. So I do make sure to get the outsides down first, then I'll put a little adhesive under the insides, and then I will glue my picture down. And then I will start working on the embellishments and the title. I'm going to trim off, I just take my trimmer, I could have taken a scissors too, to take, because I did go off the page. And so I'm just going to trim those pieces off. On the sketch, there are two little what I would call labels in the left lower corner. So I took a couple things out of my stash and I am going to trim this yellow label up. I thought I was going to use that one that's kind of peachy. I just didn't care for, it's got like the ribbon edges, the fishtail bannered ribbon edges on the bottom or on the outsides. And I just kind of didn't like the way that looked with the plain label. So I'm going to switch that up in a moment. And here's where I'm just pulling from my stash. That yellow camera is something I stamped and I inked it and I didn't use it on a layout, so I just put it into my color box to be used again. I do take a lot more of things, and you can see there's orangey things there too. I do take a lot more out than what I'm actually going to use. And I am going to use Dina Wakley Spray and Gilt, so it's a pretty gold color. And I do believe I used that one in particular because it was on my desk and it just worked well that way. I think that's a simple, I'm going to use a Simple Stories foam title. It says Raise for Days, but that's going to come in a little bit. This one says Soak Up the Sun. There's my two labels. And I've had this sticker it's I think it's oranges, and I've had it for absolutely forever. And so I just cut a portion of that and put that down, and that's gonna kind of be where my labels rest on. There is an acetate fishtail banner up there. I'm going to use that's kind of orangey. That might be the only orangey thing I sneak in here, but I'm just going to tuck it underneath Soak Up the Sun. I'm going to take the yellow camera and pop that up on foam adhesive dots, and that's going to sit to the left of the labels like there is an icon in the sketch. Now I'm going to go back to that raise for days and I will get that down. And then I think after that, oh, I have this sticker sheet that I don't have by me anymore. I put it away, but I got it at a local scrapbook store and I think it's SRM that it's from. And I'm going to show the back of it. But it's not that old. I didn't get it that long ago. But the stickers kind of look dated. There they are. They kind of look dated. I'm only going to pick out the yellow ones. So that one says hot. And then one more is going to say, oop, there it is, SRM. Life is a beach. And then I do have these tiny little flowers I'm going to take out, and they kind of have stems on them. So I will trim off the stem before I glue those down. And I think I used a pop, if one was adhesive dot, yep, for those two as well. And I think that does it for me. And that completes the oh, nope, I take that back. These are clear Nuvo drops that I put into the middle of that camera. And I just have some enamel dots to finish the page. So three on the top there. One of them came without the sticky. So I use my Nuvo drop to kind of use as glue. And that does it for me. So until next time, may your memories always have a home on paper.